out, drink it up. From a keg or a cup. Hey, what your mama say?
Drink beer every day.
Hey, what your mama say?
Drink beer every day.
Episode 418, Triple Threat.
Hey, what your mama say?
Drink beer every day.
Hey, what your mama say?
Drink beer every day.
Beer, 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 beer.
When was the last time you were audience to something that was unexpectedly entertaining? You know, just something that you didn't go into. Didn't go into with the highest hopes that you were going to be watching just truly a show, and then when you left, you're like, wow, that was amazing. That was so cool, and I want to tell everybody about it. Yeah, can you think of a time when you've experienced something like that? I mean, I know pandemic kind of hampers much of that.
Are we talking like a TV show or like a stage?
More situational, you know. It can be just like you went somewhere and you had low expectations and it turned out, kind of great.
Oh, that's man. That's you're talking 2 years. It's like what?
Well,
obviously you have something in mind. I'll see if I can come up with something as you're talking.
Let me extend an invitation to you, Craig.
There we go.
To something that I took witness of that was highly entertaining, and it was my son's 5 to 8 year old basketball class. At the Park District. So my son, who I wouldn't say he's the most athletic in the world, but he is super energetic and needs somewhere to put that. So we signed him up for this Park District basketball class way back at the end of November, and then he successfully got quarantined for 30 fucking days or whatever because he was a close contact 2 times but never caught COVID, fortunately. But we had to miss the first 2 classes of the December session, which only had 3 classes. So we stroll into class 3.
Oh, God. Of 3, okay.
And I'm just like, oh boy, what is this going to be like? What is this boy going to get up to? And then I sit on the sideline, and I'm basically the only parent. No, there's another parent there, but they're kind of in and out. But I'm sitting on the sideline in the gym because I have to regularly remind my boy to go back to doing what he's supposed to be doing and listening to 2 coaches. So there were 2 coaches, but I sat on the sideline and I took out my phone and I opened up my Google Doc and I just started taking notes. So,
oh no,
this is my transcript, I suppose. I don't know what you call this. It's an observation journal of the 5 to 8 year old basketball class. The first thing I wrote in big letters was fundamentals. They were really hammering home the fundamentals. I'm talking dribbling. I'm talking passing. I'm talking bounce passing. I'm talking more dribbling. I'm talking just kind of throwing the ball near the hoop,
Okay.
Shooting the ball, but just more, just kind of get it up there if you can.
Man,
so
bounce passing is a fundamental.
Oh yeah.
I figured that was a little bit like the next step up from fundamental.
Oh, they were ready.
Whatever that I don't know.
There's a note on this one later. The most common phrase I heard, and this is not to be inappropriate, Craig, but the most common phrase I heard the whole time was "hold your balls, hold your balls," which I suppose you could only get away with in a 5 to 8 year old class because once you get into that 9 to 11, they're going.
It's giggle time.
Too much giggling. Yep. One kid who decided he didn't want to play was on the sideline making weird noises for most of the practice. No, he got up to a lot of shit. I'll get to him later. Well, a ball did roll his way, and then he got into a fight with another kid over the ball.
What?
And they were kind of tugging at each other. In the middle of one drill, one girl dropped to the ground and just started rolling around saying that she was tired.
Did she get hit by a ball?
Just after this, during the bounce pass thing, she was distracted by something and got hit by a ball and appeared injured for a moment. Now, I will give her credit, as she was the only girl in the class. She made a fucking sick layup at one point that had me do a triple take. It was crazy. It was really good.
But she was tired.
She also had this killer line. So the coach said, "We're going to run a quick drill," and she goes, "It's a fire drill. fire, and starts running around like crazy. Subsequently, just after that, 3 kids just kind of started beating on their chest like gorillas for a solid 30 seconds for no reason. I don't know why.
I just realized if the girl yelling fire drill had worked in team with the kid sitting on the sideline making noises, they could have really slayed that.
Oh, well, currently in this observation journal that I kept, the sitting out kid is now going through other people's shit. Kind of going through backpacks. He's my son's age because he's a known figure to my son. So they're in the same grade. Sitting out kid now is again in a fight with another kid. I wrote so many water breaks, just a whole lot of water breaks. So many more. Just when the idea of water came up, everybody's like, yes, water. They all ran off to the side.
Yep.
My son just intentionally destroying the cones with the ball instead of going around them.
Oh, running into them or not?
Yeah, just throwing the ball at them.
Okay, yeah.
Just trying to knock them over. Like it was
Mario
It
points.
was kind of a good game, yeah. But that I will say, and this added to the entertainment. There was one kid. It was kind of like a little man situation. Like he was just draining threes, and he was barely 7. Like every other kid was like bouncing balls off their forehead and shit, and this kid was just like fucking crossing over and just pulling up. It was crazy. And then you're just like, oh man, kids. Yeah, so that's I'm pretty sure when we have our next classes, as long as all this COVID shit calms down, you can just come on in. It's park teacher. Come hang out with me.
Oh man.
Help help field some rebounds and just enjoy. It might get a little weird with 2 strange men, but I could say we're raising my son together. They won't ask any questions.
And I can teach him how to box out.
Yeah,
that's good. Our elbows out, arms out.
Oh,
keep everybody away.
Someone's getting hurt. Someone's getting a fat leg.
Yep.
There's going to be.
Well,
a
that's
nice
not
pack.
fundamental. That's more advanced tactics there.
You're going to give them. You're going to do the real Detroit Pistons late '80s style. Like you're the bad boys. They're going to fucking just throw them through the hole. Like this is how you win.
I told you wear your face mask. That was for a reason.
You got to throw those elbows like Bill Lambier.
Yes. Elbows out. That's not their fault if they run into your elbow. Yeah.
It was a baby tooth anyway, kid. Get over it.
Your parents signed the permission slip. It's all good.
This is ABV Chicago, recording on December 29th of 2021. We just can't get out of this fucking year, Craig.
Nope.
Well, you're not in this year anymore because this is our triple threat. And
triple threat, finally.
We are trying for the cycle now to continue the cycle into 2022 after we met our quad goals in 2021. And so now we're on to triples and eventually doubles and singles. So I guess we are working our way down because I think we might have like 2 doubles and 1 single. So it seems more likely. But
singles are probably going to be an issue.
We'll see.
Thinking doubles show up from time to time. I'm going to keep an eye out for them now, but I know we have at least like 1 or 2. So
what if Belgian singles are the hot new style of the summer?
We would need to play the lotto because that would be amazing if that happened.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Craig.
And I just thought about how this is a triple threat show and it's just 2 of us assholes. We could have really, we're really letting people down here.
We should have got a monk.
We should have got a monk. Or we could just say we have one. It's very quiet.
Where's Tony Shalhoub when you need him?
Well, 5 triples we've gathered over the last couple of months, honestly. Oh, God, close to a year on some of these, I'm thinking. We've had this little cycle idea since the beginning of last year and just slowly accumulating them. So we have a standard, the standard actually, and then we have 4 American interpretations of it because, I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of what our show is kind of drinking mostly American and local Chicago, Illinois beers. But so we're going to kind of filter it through that, but we have to start with the standard, and we'll try to drop some knowledge here and there too of what I've gathered from my books. I did not go onto the internet to look up things because, Belgian traditional, triple. I feel like I would dust off my tomes, and I got a little bit from that, but I don't know. I don't know if you gathered more on triples.
I didn't have much.
That's okay.
Honestly. But what we do have here is obviously the standard bearer. We have 3 American interpretations, and then we do have a barrel aged one.
That's
So
right. Yes.
That,
All right.
That's going to be interesting at the end.
Yeah. All right. What's first?
First up, our standard, West Mall, the Trappist Ale. It is a triple, 10%? No, 9.5%. I was there
Oh,
a long time ago in
Okay.
2008 when I went. And for the first time on the show, I get to use proper glassware.
oh, that's why you want. Yeah, I mean, it made sense to do this one, but I pitched a couple other ones, and you're like,
Yep.
well, it's got to be West Mall. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's the standard. Then I'm like, wait a minute, did I go there? And I looked, I'm like, yep, I got the glass. Finally.
Awesome. Let me give a little history of the triple and how it directly involves his beer. And this comes from Joshua Bernstein's The Complete Beer Course book. I went through my other dusty tomes, and this was the most detailed in terms of telling a story about triples that I got. I'm just going to read straight from the book. Around the world, 1919 was a terrible year for alcohol. Finland enacted the Kieltolaki, the ban law. The United States passed the Volstead Act, which soon would usher in prohibition, and Belgium passed the Vandervelde Act. To curtail rampant liquor abuse, Minister of Justice Emile Vandervelde forbade cafes, bars, and other public places to serve distilled spirits and allowed imbibers to buy the hard stuff only if they purchased 2 liters at a time, an outlay that most workers could not afford. Although Vandervelde was successful in passing his Nanny State Act, it remained on the books until 1983, he left open a gaping loophole. Wine and beer were not included. Just because the government made it tough to drink liquor, that did not mean that Belgians lost a taste for the hard stuff. To capitalize on the thirst for potent beverages, brewers looked to amplify their beer's alcohol content. Hot on the heels of the success of their heady double, the monks at Westmalle went back to the brew kettle. For a few years, the brothers had, off and on, brewed a blonde ale. They decided to roughly triple the amount of malt used in the standard recipe, resulting in 1934's strong golden super beer. Admittedly, this is an awesome name for a beer, but the designation and the recipe did not stick. Over the next 22 years, brewers tinkered with the ingredients, adding more hops, and in 1956, they renamed the beer the Westmalle Triple. It is the style's... We're going to have flavor notes here. I think that's okay. It is the style's supremely balanced keystone, a spicy hazy gold symphony of citrus and herbal bitterness, hay, and fruit that drinks surprisingly somewhat precariously dry considering its 9.5% ABV. The trick is adding special forms of sugar that provide the yeast with extra sustenance, increasing the alcohol content without affecting the beer's body. In the last half century, the triple has grown onto one of the most popular Trappist-style ales, lending its name to a bevy of imitators and differentiating itself from the golden strong ale with a slightly darker tint, fuller body, and rounded mouthfeel. That's where I'm going to stop.
Okay. Triples always kind of weird me out because I always associate it with like quads.
Or doubles,
and quads
even.
are usually darker, and doubles, yeah. And they're usually darker, more fruity, and have like a heavier malt bill or something. This one, they pour light and golden, and it always weirds me out every time I do it.
Yeah, there's got to be some like acronym to help you remember. It's like, okay, doubles and quads are dark, triples are gold. Like somebody's got to have a song. That's how I remember. And singles and triples, I mean, odds are golden, evens are dark, right?
Yeah.
I have so much head in my glass, I cannot even pour anymore.
Yep.
Beer right
Even
now.
on the chalice I was pouring into, I was like, thankfully Ryan's going to read for a few minutes because it did settle. I mean, I had a good 2 or 3 fingers of head before it calmed the fuck down.
Now you got to tell me a story because look at
what?
It's just a little,
Whoa, buddy!
I'd say 5 fingers of head.
That's mostly head on your glass.
I'd say a head-sized amount of head.
Head-sized amount of head. Yeah.
We're beyond fingers.
Yeah, this was I'll do my little story. This was the second brewery, Trappist brewery I went to when I went to Belgium. The first one being St. Sixtus,
right,
for the West Vleteren, the Inda Verde tap room where you can drink the beers.
Okay.
We didn't stay long because there was a wait, so I think we went to Westmalle, their tap room, and had a beer or two. It was pretty enjoyable. I don't remember if that's where I bought the cheese or not.
The cheese.
I don't know if I told you that story.
Tell the cheese.
Probably not. So we bought, at one of these 2 locations, we bought some beer cheese.
Okay.
Completely forgot about it in the trunk.
Oh.
And like 3 days later, and this is in the middle of like July in Europe. Oh yeah, we were like, what the fuck is that smell? And we drove around with it for like a day before. It's like, oh, there's the beer cheese. Oh fuck, get it out of here.
You should have been an American and just blamed it on the rental car agency. It's like, what's with these European cars and the cheese in the trunk?
That I don't know if that. Maybe we were thinking it was the area too. I don't even remember.
They just
it
tossed
was a good
cheese in
few
your
days.
trunk as you drive.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, that
that's-
sounds like Belgium to me.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what it smells like here. Okay, and I was like, no, this is getting
They
worse.
hand me a Belgian triple, a marijuana cigarette, and a roll of cheese. I'm like, yes.
Yay, Belgium! But this was the second of 3 Trappist breweries I went to. The third one being the disaster that was, I believe, Aachen.
Okay.
Because we could not fucking find the place, and it literally, you had to drive into, oh God, was it like drive into Germany, and then the brewery is technically in Belgium.
Okay.
As you walk up to the doors, you cross the border. So it's something stupid like that. Yeah. It was dark by the time we got there. They wouldn't let us in.
Oh, God. I still have a finger and a half ahead, but it is definitely like golden, but tinting a little bit towards caramel. Just like a little bit of a darker golden, you know? But
ever so slightly.
Yeah.
It is definitely clear. Maybe there's some chill haze on mine, but
yeah, a touch of haze.
Yeah. I can see right through it. The head on mine, there's like a pool in the middle now.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's the glass I'm using, but
Mine looks super soapy, like really like bubble bath soapy.
okay.
I had the big bottle, by the way. You had the 11 2 or
Yep.
whatever.
11-2. Yep.
I'm going all in. Let's smell it.
I could have filled this chalice.
Let's smell it. Oh boy, yes.
It's going to finish like the other show where LaTrappe wound up winning.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that smells so good.
First, the big thing I'm getting is big bready notes.
Okay.
Tons of bready notes.
Yeah.
Then some, oh God, floral notes
Okay.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a little fruit.
I get herbal, floral, and banana kind of estery characters. Like a little bit of a touch of a citrus fruit from like almost like a spicier hop. But like I get a real like almost again like banana bread kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That smells just but not sweet at all. It smells really lovely. But there is this like the only sweetness comes from like a floral tickling of the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, the sweetness is there, but it smells like it's a malt sweetness.
Okay.
As opposed to chocolate.
And again, a little spicy herbal hop character, just a kiss. Oh man.
I do get a little alcohol, so
Okay.
I can kind of tell this might be a big one. I don't know how big, obviously, but
Yeah, I get a little whiff of that kind of boozy, just character coming off. I don't know how to class that other than it smells like booze.
mm-hmm.
It smells really good.
Shall we?
Let's drink it. Oh man.
Feels like I'm in communion with one of these this chalice. Jeez.
Got any of them Cheez-Its? Them
What the hell are that?
the communion wafers, Cheez-Its.
That's a missed opportunity.
Spicy
Make those things cheese flavored.
spicy Cheez-Its, garlic Parmesan Cheez-Its. They really need to think about rebranding, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
The fourth Sunday of the month, garlic Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
That would get people to come out. Maybe it's like, oh, what's today's wafer?
Give me that Cheez-It.
Give me that Jesus.
Flaming hot Cheez-Its. It's the most popular day at church with the kids.
Wash your hands.
Jesus forbids you from touching your eyes after eating this. His spicy, spicy body. Well, God damn it. Now I drank half this glass already, and I really shouldn't have.
I know.
Off the bat, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, "Oh, that's boozy." It's got just a strong hit of something, some herbal bitterness too, and then it's like 3 sips later, I'm like, "Oh, what was that about? This is amazing."
Mm-hmm. There's a certain creaminess or a cream soda
Okay.
note I'm getting like in the middle, and it kind of hangs around at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bready.
Mm-hmm.
It's floral.
Yeah.
There's a touch of banana.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of the banana Laffy Taffy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I get some lemon citrus at the top of it too. Like there's just a little bit happening there. Oh yeah, just a nice warming booze though. God, this is gonna get sloppy fast.
The ABV does go down when we shoot back up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that mouthfeel is really wonderful because it's like it is a little soft and full at first, but it does dry the fuck out by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the driest thing, but like
right
from where it starts to where it ends, it's a real ride in a dryness.
And there's some bitter, a little hint of bitterness on the end
Mm-hmm.
that kind of peaks you up to go back in for another sip.
Oh yes. When was the last time I had a fucking triple? That's what I want to know. Like, when was the last time we had one on the show? Did we have one in the entire year of 2021? Probably not. Because if we came across one, we would have stashed it for this show.
Saved it, yeah. So we're talking at least 2 years. But the only way it would have happened is if it was part of a brewery show and it just snuck on there. I was like, okay.
Or if I was at a tap room. I probably would have tried one in a tap room, but I couldn't tell you if I did.
Yeah. If I'm now, I would probably be in the mood for getting a triple because it's a little higher in alcohol.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Over the summer, it's like, I don't want a triple.
Yeah, this would be this would be sweating this out after 2 of them.
Yep. But this is definitely a good food pairing beer. I can imagine some fish or meat or chicken.
Oh, do you want me to tell you what Garrett Oliver thinks about pairing this beer with food? Because he can tell you a lot about it. I will go off of memory of what he said, but yes, it can really support, like, I remember specifically pesto, it loves basil. It works really good with basil, and I could see that. Holy shit, yes. But yeah, it stands up to most meats, fish as well, certain types of fish, but it kind of plays out because you got that citrusy character to it as well, but then there's still a real herbal character that'll come up, so you can kind of imagine how it fits there, but I'm loving the idea of something pesto or something topped with basil right now. Ooh, yes, I would like a caprese, just a simple caprese, like fresh mozzarella slice, little tomato, nice big couple leaves of basil on there, a little cracked pepper and salt on there, maybe just a dab of balsamic vinegar. Just pop that in my mouth.
Flank steak, please, medium with noodles. Oh no, that salmon dish I had when I was in Portland. That was good. It was like salmon with spaghetti noodles.
Okay.
Or something. It was like, yeah, I'm like,
was it coming out of the mouth of the salmon? Like it looked like it was puking up because that would be cool.
That would have been expert plating, and I would have had to pay more for it.
Pulling it out of the eye holes and shit. Like, whoa.
Got some funky taste. I like it.
Yeah, if this is the standard, wow, it's going to be quite a show for the American breweries. Oh boy,
there's one or two on here that I'm like, I want to try these to see if they hold up because I think they know what they're doing.
I'd like to try all 4 of them personally because we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But I don't know. I have no preconceived notions about who's going to nail the style, who isn't. So I think we should get there. Let's get back home first.
Okay. Yes. Returning home briefly, and then we're going to be on the road again. Triple from Unani Brewing in Niles, Illinois. It is an Abbey Ale, 8.7%.
One of the few breweries consistently making a triple in Chicagoland. And I don't know if consistently is the right word because I feel like they probably took some time off of it, but this is one of their first beers they ever brewed. And they continue to put it out periodically, which is exciting and good for everybody.
And I think they were on our Quad Goals show too.
Indeed.
I wouldn't be surprised if they show up on the double and the singles.
And the singles, right. But that makes me extremely happy, though, because like where we started as a podcast was getting really pumped about this new brewery, Unani. Like that was like literally first episode. We're talking about this fucking cool new brewery, Unani. And why we loved them so much was because they did Belgian styles and they did them in America and they did farmhouse things. So the fact that, they are fully committed to hazies and pastries and all that stuff through Hubbard's Cave and through some of their own releases, you can still get Unani Belgian styles, and that makes me happy.
I agree.
Definitely not as much head as the last one.
No. It was a normal amount of head.
A little darker.
Whoa. A lot darker.
Yeah. More orange, like orange gold.
You have like sediment in yours?
I definitely do. Yeah, there's like
okay,
something just floating in suspension.
It's like suspended. Yeah.
It's like a glitter candle.
Yes. Maybe it's the essence of Abby. That is so weird.
Yeah, it's just like yeast. Like what is that? It must be.
I
yeast,
don't know.
Right?
I would assume it's yeast, but I've never seen it suspended like that. Usually it sinks. I'm not moving the glass. It ain't moving.
Right. Flavor crystals, Craig.
I don't know. It's going to be a flavor bomb.
Well, let's smell this. Okay, yeah. A little darker on the bread character, like almost a little like orange marmalade even.
Yes.
But still some of the underlying notes of the West Mall, like a little bit of a maybe banana ester and a kiss of something either floral or herbal underneath, suggesting a hop.
It smells, I guess I want to say sweeter overall.
Yeah.
A touch sweeter. Again, that's a malt sweetness. It smells brighter.
Sure, yeah.
Like the West Mall had a lot of bread and I guess weighty things. This one just feels like you mentioned orange. It just smells like sunshine sometimes. It's like, oh, that's nice and bright.
It doesn't smell as boozy to me. Like the West Mall, the booze really stood out. This I'm not getting the booze on the nose. It's just, it's that nice bready and citrus lemon kind of orange thing.
Almost like an orange juice.
Okay. I weirdly just got a hint of smoke in that sniff.
Huh. Okay. Maybe that's the flavor crystals.
Actually, I remember, I think it was Garrett Oliver that said something about triples having a naturally kind of sulfuric character to it as well.
Okay.
So you might get a little sulfur off of some of these. Maybe that's what that is.
Yeah, this one definitely dials up that orange marmalade note and dials down on the bread and the other associated fruits that we were getting off the West Mall.
Let's drink this. Is yours really gritty and sandy tasting? Can you crunch it a little bit between your teeth?
Not really.
Mine isn't either. I'm just making sure. Just making sure. With all them flavor crystals, I was worried it was gonna be like drinking my morning Metamucil. I saw Doug post something about electrolyte IPAs on Twitter. Something that could happen within the next year. I want fiber forward IPAs to give me regular. Like that's what I need.
Forward.
Can I have a Fiber Blast IPA and just clear me out in the morning? So
can you imagine doing a fiber forward IPA show? 5 of those.
No, I don't think my colon could handle it. Like I take fiber supplements, for my conditions and such, but
oh my God.
I would literally explode and die.
Oh, we'd have to call that episode colon blow. There's no way.
Yeah, you're correct.
You have to.
And then we have to have Dennis on.
Cram it all up your ass. It's coming out.
Dennis will be butt chugging while we're drinking the traditional method.
The traditional fiber forward IPA.
The traditional way to drink fiber forward IPAs. Which is while crying. No.
Yeah.
Man, this is fucking scarily easy to drink too. For something that has a bunch of flavor, it does have that warming alcohol. You can feel it a little bit going down. I can throw this back like no problem.
Okay. In comparison to the West Mall, it's got flavor void. There are certain places where I don't get much flavor, like the front.
Okay.
In the end, I get flavor. In the middle, it's kind of lacking anything for me.
Huh. I don't know. I don't get as much flavor void. I get what you're saying though, because it is a bit more slight than the last beer.
Yeah.
But I still get a lovely, like bready midsection with some of that citrus. It's kind of the citrus characters, a little bit of that herbal spice is in there too from the hops, I'm assuming. But yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I really like it, though. I'm not missing too much in terms of what I'm enjoying about triples.
It's definitely an American take.
Okay.
Style.
Yeah.
Because I am getting that orange marmalade at the front is big for me.
Yeah.
And that's making it again, it's sweet, but not sweet as a pastry stout is sweet. In the end, I don't get as much bitterness, but I do get some.
Mm-hmm.
It does finish. The bready notes are definitely dialed down compared to the standard. But yes, it's overall enjoyable. It is a little on the boozy side, but I think they're all going to be. So,
yeah. I think this is great. I think this is there's nothing I dislike. Like this is pop this thing open, finish it, no questions asked. Like I'm gonna drain this can. Damn.
I will also say I love drinking out of this chalice. We need an ABV chalice.
Oh boy. We'll go over about as well as our what are those fucking things? What do we call those?
The tankards.
Tankards. I'm just getting like slightly honey dipped wheat bread crusts. I guess that's like honey wheat. That's the thing that already exists.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, we are. It's a dangerous night.
Yeah. These both of them have been easy to drink. I mean, they've been a little alcohol burn or notice, but it's not preventing anything.
Oh, look at this one. I'm excited about this.
Yes.
What's next?
This is one that I was like, okay, we're going to see how well he does classic styles now when we compare it to a classic. This is from New Glarus Brewing Company. This is their 555 triple. It is 9%. Do you want to read the side or me?
Oh boy. I can do it.
Okay.
Let me pop this open first in case there's 19 figures ahead on this. Doesn't look like it. Okay. 555 celebrates the divine confluence of 5 unique grains: barley, white wheat, oats, brown rice, and heirloom Midwestern corn. Each lend attributes that collectively create greatness. A strong 9% ABV originate. Oh my God, the ABV, Craig.
Yep, they put it on there.
A strong 9% ABV originated at 20 degrees Plato. This Belgian-style triple celebrates its golden blonde heritage by retaining the luscious natural hue. Double decoction and experimental organic hops elevate spicy notes and balance other things. The addition of Belgian candy sugars, traditional bottle fermentation method, strength and unity reflected here. Thanks for supporting the arts, Dan and Deb Carey.
Oh,
wow. This is clear as fuck.
Are you getting shit again in the beer?
No, I'm getting
I have suspended things in it again.
I'm getting steady nucleation from the middle of the glass. That's just beautiful.
I get a little, but I have.
Okay. You know what? There might be a little. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I can see.
I'm holding it up directly into a light, so I can clearly see that.
That's the secret of the triples, the flavor crystals, man.
It must be, yeah. They need to market it as such. People would lose their shit. They got flavor crystals in there? Okay, I'll have some.
This is about more the hue of the Westmalle than the Unani. Like it's just pure gold.
Yep. And the head is a little bit more staying around.
It's just,
at least on the West, for me, the Westmalle had like an island. This one's like coating.
Oh, this is like perfect. Let's smell it. Oh, okay.
That's different. How is it we do these shows and they're all different?
That's the point. That means
one time
we were successful. One time you want them all to taste the same? No, fuck that shit. No way. Easy. I don't want to.
I'm not saying every time. Just one time. Oh, hey, look at that. Make it easy on us.
That would make that would make things terribly hard because I would be looking for things that are different. And I'd get so frustrated. We'd quit before rankings. We'd be like, fuck this show.
It's all the same.
How do you rank 5 things that are the same? There's a real, like, light, smoky character in this that is, it's so noticeable. And it could be that, again, that sulfuric thing, but it's just, I've gone in for 4 sniffs and I keep expecting it to disappear, but it's still there.
I get like a must that I usually would get off like a lambic or a saison.
Do you think they cool ship this one?
It's got the label that could be the Fruit Cave, but that's the only way they're doing any of that. They would have mentioned if they cool ship.
Maybe.
Now I kind of want Dovetail to make a cool ship triple.
Oh.
That considered continental European? I think so.
Yeah. Still very bready though. Bready and a little bit of that kind of citrus character. So there is some commonalities there. It's just amazing that there's a smoky character that adds a different depth to it that I'm really falling into. I really like it a lot.
It is very similar to the West Mall. I would just say the West Mall is the aroma is a little bit more pronounced. This one I dig. I get the same ones, but I'm digging a little bit more.
Sure. It's just the smoke.
Yeah.
Get through the smoke.
Smoky 555.
Ooh, yeah. I love that. I really like that addition to the smell. Like, it didn't make sense to me before. I was like, could you do a smoked triple? Oh, yes. Please do a smoked triple.
Yes, you can.
Well, let's drink this. You're expecting this to be bad? Like what? Like
no, I am so fucking happy we got the OG and then threw a new Glarus beer on here.
Yeah.
Because this is a direct comparison to it.
Sure.
And I just had it, so I don't have to go, I think I remember. This is what I was talking about. This does not have that flavor void that the Unani had.
Okay, yeah.
There's flavor going throughout. It's less boozy than the West Mall?
A little.
Perception-wise?
Yeah. God damn.
That's...
But yeah, some of that like that flavor to it, where is that creamy body, like that, just like fuller body that finishes dry. This one has a little bit more of an herbal, bitter character.
Yeah.
It kind of sneaks up on you. I'm still getting a little bit of that smoke even in the flavor. It's real subtle though. But yeah, otherwise it's a pretty goddamn good tribute to the West Mall if that's what they were trying to do.
It definitely, that bready note, it spikes as opposed to the West Mall where it kind of rides you out.
Right.
But I'm enjoying the dryness, the slight bitterness, that smokiness you were mentioning.
Yeah.
That shows up at the end. It's a well done, it's an Americanized tribute to the West Mall.
Goddamn.
And I appreciate it and enjoy it. And now I kind of wish I bought more than the 1 4-pack.
Yeah. Oh, you have more bottles of this?
I don't know. No, I think I traded for 2 bottles.
Damn.
I don't think I got a 4-pack.
Okay. It's like you hold out on me. Hold out on these triples.
I'm cleaning soon, so I'll let you know if I find any.
Craig almost never holds out on me. I will say that. I get doubles of a lot of beers we only need one of, so I can't go on record criticizing Craig when he's a generous man. It's true.
What he doesn't know, listeners.
Oh, fuck. How many dark modes you sitting on? Because I will punch you. I will punch you in the tummy.
You can get them at the brewery. They're available at the brewery.
They still
right
are?
now. Yes.
Oh, shit. I need to go get some dark mode.
They have, God, I want to say all the fucking Deepwood beers are available.
Goddamn. Yeah, no, this is, fuck. I think if I drank this blind, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you this is an American style.
No.
But it makes sense as a new Glarus because they do so many things that are just like, sound like it's going to be crazy or bad. What was the like Weizenbach or, they've done lots of crazy shit where it's like high alcohol, could be really abrasive and fucked up. And then as soon as you pour it in your glass, like, well, I'm going to drink 2 of these in one sitting.
Yep.
And it's going to be bad for me. This is another one of those. It's just like, how is this so good and so easy but complex and flavorful at the same time? Fuck. This is great. This fits. Yeah, this is like, again, perfect for their thumbprint series. Like this is exactly what they are capable of, and it's amazing.
Correct. To that point, I honestly, you're going to remember the bad outlier, and I still remember what the Enigma.
Oh yeah,
that tasted like ashtray.
I would love to go back to that though, because we were very anti-smoked beer back then.
But that was beyond smoke.
Maybe
that was like, no, this tastes like cigarette.
I don't know. Maybe. I can't
would
speak
like,
for 7 year ago me or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely would like to revisit, but it's just, oof, that was a misstep. Everything else they've done is The Dancing Man Wheat. Yeah. Okay.
One of the best beers in the world. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is
I
gonna
got
be
it.
tough. I don't know. Can we rank something else beside the West Mall number one? It's gonna be close between these two right now.
Yeah, you're allowed. That's okay.
Okay. That's just it's just a little bit it's trade-offs. It's more drinkable, I think.
Yeah.
But you're losing a little bit of maybe the bready flavor coming out.
That's
but otherwise it's you're splitting hairs at this point.
Fuck.
Oh. Well, that lived up.
Let's go into more unknown territory though, and hope we get treated well.
Remember my Pittsburgh trip?
Vaguely.
Here you go.
That was last
it's
year?
coming back. That was in June of last year.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll explain how I got to this. This is the Church Brew Works out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is their Millennium Triple Belgian style triple ale. We're back up to 9.5%, I believe. I looked it up online. It is 9.5%.
Canned
now
on July 14th of 2020.
Oh, there you go. Long, strange trip.
This is a year and a half old.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wow. Big time in there. So initially, the Church Brew Works was supposed to be on the Pit Stop episode.
Yeah.
And I was very happy because I was going to get their Pious Monk Dunkel, which had won a gold, silver, 2 gold, and a bronze, 2 gold, a silver, and a bronze at GABF.
Wow.
So that was well decorated. The brewery itself is in literally a converted church.
Okay.
Like they did very little. The pews are still there. So
they still have services like during the brewing time.
The brewing equipment is where the vestibule or where the altar would be.
There was a funeral there when I was drinking.
What the hell? That's a great place to have a funeral anyway. But unfortunately, when we went, which was again in like early June of 2021, they didn't have a brewer.
Oh.
So I think they had none of their beers on tap. It was all coming out of cans.
Fuck.
We didn't stay because we're like, we wanted the draft beer. And then we went to a bottle shop down the way and they had this. And I'm like, triple. Okay, I'm going to grab it. So here we are.
All good omens. Do they have a brewer now?
I hope they do. I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know if they're very active on social media or not.
Because we did have I won't say what it is, but we did have another beer that could have gone on the show. It just happened to end up with 6. And Craig was like, let me go with the one that didn't have a brewer and had nothing on draft when I was in Pittsburgh. Yes.
I'm okay with that.
No, I don't want to go in with all that negative connotation. Just let me drink the beer and you could have dropped all that shit on me. No, this is the clearest one yet, and the palest and clearest one yet, I think. Also, did it ever wash out from Unani? Is this why I'm still getting floaties?
I do not have floaties on this one. I'm pouring water in.
No, I definitely do.
I have. Okay, there might be there again. This one is of the 3, it's the least. But since you mentioned it, I'm looking and like, probably all this yeast we're not supposed to agitate.
Yeah, maybe. Almost no head for me. It dissipated really quickly.
Oh, I have a thin layer, but I'm assuming it's going to go.
Okay. Let's smell it. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. This one's a little more on the like lemon meringue, like dessert. It's not a big aroma compared to some of the other ones. But like what I'm getting is a little more on the sweet side of citrus, of lemon citrus.
Very little bready note coming off of it.
A touch, just a little bit. Yeah, more like sweet biscuit, sweet cookie.
Yeah, like a shortbread, almost a vanilla wafer, possibly.
Sure. Not much of the like floral or herbal or spicy bitterness, like any of the like those kind of hops that you might get off of a triple.
I'll argue for some floral hops. But that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's harder to grasp on the nose than the other 3 we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Let's drink it. your whole flavor hole flavor. What was it? Not flavor hole. That was bad.
Flavor void.
Flavor void. Your whole flavor hole thing. Craig, your flavor holes.
Let me with my flavor holes.
This beer is one big flavor void for me. I get very little.
There's a bready sweet bread note on the end that I get, and it kind of saves it for me at the end.
Yeah,
which I'm appreciative of. It does not drink 9.5%.
It tastes like there's a little bit of like a child's apple juice pouch.
Okay,
like
a little,
and like nothing else. It is completely non-existent for me.
I'm pulling that bread note at the end, and that's basically it outside of the apple notes throughout the beer.
It has no body.
Right, yeah. I would agree with that. It is definitely, it's not as flavorful as the other three beers we've had.
It's not flavorful. Like I'm not trying to dump on this beer, but like we just had three,
right.
And I think all three were great versions of triples. You definitely like two more than one of them, but I loved all of them. This one is not doing anything for me, like at all. This is a remarkable thing to get you fucked up, though. Like
yeah,
this brewery, whoever their former brewer is, should go and work from one of the malt liquor companies, try to sell you Steel Reserve or shit, and just teach them the secret of how do you make a 9% beer taste like nothing? Because this is a 9% beer that tastes like nothing. Because every other one of those I've had is like, oh my god, this tastes like rubbing alcohol and a punch in the face.
This is This is better than that, and it will get you fucked up if you have multiple cans.
It's true.
That's a point in its favor. But yeah, there's not as much going on on this one as the other ones.
You're being so kind. There's nothing going on.
I still get the bready note on the end. It's just the entirety of the rest of the beer. There's really, like you mentioned, that apple juice note.
I just found an empty glass in here that I realized was dirty. That has become my dump glass. So that got dumped.
Oh, nice.
That's a dump.
It even had the flavor. See, it didn't have as much flavor.
Need more flavor crystals. That's the fucking secret.
Needed more flavor crystals.
Damn. All right. Let's fucking go on this last one. I just saw for the first time ever the big red stripe on the side of the can.
Yep. I
literally did not know that until just this moment.
Same here, because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, okay. So this is Bermuda Triangle, barrel-aged Bermuda Triangle, my fault, from Imperial Oak Brewing. It is aged 1 year in peach brandy barrels with peaches, I think.
Yeah.
I did not know peach brandy existed. I knew apple. I knew cherry. Are there other fruited brandy barrels that are out there that I am not aware of? If there are, you need aged beer in it.
Blue raspberry brandy. Let's
fine. Blackberry brandy. Dragon fruit brandy.
Graposaurus Rex brandy.
Ecto Cooler brandy.
I really looked at this a few times. I was like, all right, dope. A barrel-aged triple from Imperial Oak, a brewery I really like. I never took the time to look this at peach until this moment.
I looked at the end. I thought it was just in peach brandy barrels, but no, there's peach in this too. I looked on Untappd to just check the ABV or check if there were any notes on it. They treat this like a fucking stout.
Okay.
There are additions to it. They've been aging it in an assortment of barrels throughout the years.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. I'm impressed they're doing this with a triple. Good for them.
Crystal clear again, but a little darker.
Okay, I'm getting no flavor crystals.
No flavor crystals.
No head, and it kind of looks like the Unani triple.
Okay. But way
maybe
more
a shade
clear.
lighter. Yeah.
Mine is crystal clear.
I'm getting chill haze, but yeah,
okay.
I would agree with that.
Let's smell
it. What the hell? What
are you getting?
I know what that is.
Okay.
At first I got some flavored candy.
Okay.
But now I'm getting the brandy.
Yeah. Peach brandy.
Yep.
There's almost coconut. coming off of the side of it. Like, just a touch. But like it's mostly peach and brandy and yes, coconut, oddly.
10% if I didn't say that earlier. I don't get coconut. Even on the suggestion, I can't. I'm not pulling any coconut off.
Yeah, I get it. It's not what I expected. But there's some bready character in it too. It smells good though. Like it's an interesting smell. It was a little off-putting at first, and then I keep going back. I'm like, ooh, yes, peach brandy.
Only thing I worry about is the amount of alcohol I'm getting off the nose.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that doesn't translate to a boozy beer.
Right. Well, compared to everything else we've had, which wasn't barrel aged, our palates might be set up to be a little more sensitive to this than it should be.
So boozy.
Oh, yeah, it is strong though. It does smell strong, and the brandy is big. It almost smells like peach schnapps at times.
Yes, and the unfortunate byproduct of the peach brandy is it's knocking all the other triple notes we were getting on the other beers either out or definitely to the background.
See, I dig, and I get a little bit of a banana estery character and a little bit of that breadiness, but it's like,
I'm not saying that they're there, but you're digging for it, so it's not at the forefront. It's getting it's past the peach and the brandy.
Sure. Let's drink.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a problem holding my glass now. Oh. Huh.
Oh wow.
A cake.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's not going to help ranking.
Nope.
Fuck.
Yeah, this is one of those beers that's going to unfairly get penalized for not being like a true triple or whatever. You know, for being a treated triple, like it'll probably get docked, and it doesn't really deserve to be because it's like delicious in its own right. But I'm just going to admit I'll probably dock it a little bit.
I get some of the bready notes.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm getting some of the sweetness.
Sure.
From the malt, but definitely the peach is there, obviously, and it's very well done.
Mm-hmm.
The brandy adds a little heat. It doesn't taste too alcoholic. Sure. So I'm not going to say it's beyond it. There is some booze heat, so you're drinking a barrel aged beer, a big beer, but it's not as much as I feared when I smelled it.
Mm-hmm. There's almost like an undercurrent of vanilla. With the peach, like a little peaches and cream kind of effect going on. But yeah, man, like that brandy is pretty big too, and it's very warming and a little strong in the end. But I'm up to the challenge. I like it.
I don't think they released them different. I would have rather had released, the base, the base with peaches, and then the base in peach brandy.
Ooh.
I don't know if doing peaches with peach brandy barrels is adding too much peach.
Are you deconstructing right now, Greg?
Trying. I'm going to deconstruct after the show's over, probably on the floor of my bed over here.
This is I could be convinced this is some sort of like peach martini that I ordered at a fancy restaurant. Like it's not that boozy, not as boozy as a pure martini, but like there's something about it. It's warming enough, and it has a little bit of that peach character. And I feel like if I had this in a martini glass, I would just be kind of holding it, just like between my fingers, just sipping on it ever so slowly, like swirl it around. Mm-hmm, yes, actually, swirling around a martini glass, terrible idea.
I have a chalice. I'm going to swirl in the chalice. Look at that. There we go. I can play your James Bond fantasy over here.
I'm just saying I'm having a lot of fun drinking this beer. Like it's a really unique take and it works. I wouldn't have guessed peach brandy triple is a thing that needed to exist in the world, and now I'm like, yes, I will try this years if you do it again.
It doesn't drink that 10%, but it's hitting me right now.
Sure,
probably because I've had all these big beers.
Yeah,
that's probably right. But I agree with you. I didn't ever consider to like, this, peach should be thrown in a triple,
right.
But it works. It's done well. Obviously you're not going to get all the triple notes because the barrel and the peaches are going to really knock that down, but it's well done. It doesn't I do get some of the triple notes. They're just not as prevalent as the other ones in here. I'm going to agree with you. It's going to get docked because it's not a traditional triple, but it's not going to get docked too much because the implementation of the peach and the peach brandy is well done.
Right. It is. It really is.
My personal preference would have been don't add the peach.
Okay.
Just throw it in peach brandy barrels and see where it goes.
I see.
But the peach is fine. It works well with the triple. I'm not getting much of the triple. I'm getting a lot of the peach and the peach brandy and the booze from that. But there still is some of the bready notes coming off of it.
I agree. Well, we're hemming and hawing about these rankings. Why don't we just fucking take a break and figure them out and come back and hit hit our listeners with these rankings. So
let's do it.
We'll do a little redrinking of these 9 and 10% beers and tell you.
I thought you were going to say 9 beers. I'm like, what podcast are you on?
Hidden
man?
triples I have. No, we'll be right back with our rankings.
Triple rankings.
Beer.
Rankings. Triple rankings. Ranking of triples. This is the part of the show where we take the 5 triples that we drank, we put them in an arbitrary order based on our personal preferences, and try not to fuck up too badly because they're all like 9%.
Yep.
And this segment's always brought to you by Beer on the Wall.
Beer on the wall and off the wall.
We have greatbeer.com. They thought they were getting into January. We wouldn't be completely hammered during the rankings after barely December. They were wrong. But no, Beer on the Wall. We have greatbeer.com. Our good friends, our sponsors, they run a beer shop, a tasting room out of Park Ridge and Arlington Heights. I made my Arlington Heights trip. I think I already acknowledged that before.
Yes, you did.
But I loved it. It was great. I could have hung out there more if there wasn't a stupid pandemic. But Park Ridge as well is my happy place, and you need to go there. So take some time this winter and go to those places because I know they'll be following protocols very well because they're really committed to that, but also have amazing things on tap. So you should go and do that. Or you can get things to go or even curbside if you're nervous about drinking inside. There's lots of options for that. You can still pick things up because they're still committed to doing that and providing that service, which is amazing. If you go to either place right now, you can get West Mall. You can get the Unani Belgian Triple. They also have, Park Ridge has the Chimay, the White, which is a triple. They've got the Triple Carmeliette from Brewerage Brastiles that is also at Arlington Heights. And both places have Le Fin de Monde. And I think Delirium Tremens kind of identifies as a triple as well. Maybe Le Chouffe Blonde, because I'm also seeing that at both locations. So you have a good few options of definitely Belgian triples in this Unani, which is a tasty beer, if you want to get into that. But they always do carry an interesting array of Belgian beers, even though obviously many more American beers.
And you can tell the quality of a beer shop by how many triples and other doubles and quads and other weirds. Not hypey styles they have. And Beer on the Wall has a whole little section dedicated to that if you want to go and purchase. So they do carry everything.
Absolutely.
For any taste.
Yep. Yeah, they're just one of the best beer shops around. Great things on tap. And I probably went over this like a couple days ago when we recorded, but yeah, I'm seeing barrel aged shit on tap. Oh, right now at the Park Ridge one, they've got Chimay Blue, their Belgian strong dark, which is their gold, or they're kind of their quad, I guess. So you could have had that too. And then they have the Imperial Double Stout Skellimore from Moore Brewing, which is 14% and has Aaron Kiefner's face as a Master of the Universe on there. So you can get that too. But long story short, Beer on the Wall, great friends, great sponsors. Sign up for their mailing list and get the updates on the new things that are coming out and all the great events they have going on at their locations. You should do that. Go to wehavegreatbeer.com.
100% true story. I went to Binny's to buy the West Mall because it was so close.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish I went to Beer on the Wall because I found a few beers at Binny's. I'm like, I would love to try that.
Right.
But I have to buy a 4-pack.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I can't buy a single.
Nope.
Beer on the Wall, you can get the single.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
The best thing. One of the best things they do. Singles of everything.
That is a perk.
Uh-huh. And all the hot drops. Anyway, all right. I think we've hyped him up enough. Beer on the Wall. Okay. Rankings time. Are you going first because you had them first? I mean, I can go first too.
I got it.
Okay.
I got him first. I'm good.
I'm sticking to mine no matter what you say. I have mine.
I can
and I'm
justify.
Solid. Okay.
Justify and testify right here. Very drunk. Here we go. Number 5 was the Church Brew Works Millennium Triple. I don't know if it was the age of the beer that I didn't know when I bought it. It was a year old when I bought it, or the beer itself. But that flavor void I was talking about, it was basically throughout. There was some apple notes. I was getting a very little amount of the bready characteristics at the back end, but overall, it did not hold a candle to any of the other 4 beers we had on this show.
Nope.
So yeah, it easily moved them down to my number 5. My number 4 was the triple from Unanim. It did exhibit that flavor void I was talking about with the first one in the middle of the sip. The beginning was tons of orange marmalade. The end had a little bit of bitterness and a slight bready sweet note. But otherwise, I wanted more of a continuous triple flavor, I guess, in the whole thing. It did drink a little bit boozier than some of the other ones, I guess, which is why it moved down along with that flavor void. But it's a damn good local option to get if you can't find anything else. So grab away, honestly. My number 3 was the Bermuda Triangle from Imperial Oak. Yeah, it did get docked from the higher tier over here because of the peach and peach brandy barrels. I would have just liked peach brandy barrels. But what's here was good. The peach really interacted well with the base triple. The brandy provided some heat, but it never got too much, never got too alcoholic, I didn't perceive the booze exceedingly much. I would have liked a little bit more of the triple to show up. I did get very, very slight bready notes at the end. Maybe even a little lemon, but it wasn't much. The peach and the peach brandy really, really dominated things. A well done beer. I'm impressed that they treat their triple like a stout with all the different adjuncts and barrel treatment. They did an apple brandy one. There was a whole list. I don't even want to go into it. But yeah, really well done. The peach brandy was an inspired choice. I want more peach brandy barrels. Give me a stout with peach brandy.
Yes.
That would be great. Here's where I don't like myself, because I tried the 2 and I went with the one I liked more. My number 2 was the 555 from New Glarus.
Wow.
Both of these were very close, and I am 1000% thankful we had the 2 of these next to each other.
Yep.
They were so close in terms of the way, the taste and everything. The 555 wasn't as full and flavorful. It had everything going for it. It had the bready notes. It had the sweetness. It just felt a little... the mouthfeel was a little thin compared to the OG. And the only way I knew that was because I had the OG on the same show. If we did an American triple show, that would have probably won the whole thing. No questions whatsoever. But my number 1 was the West Mall. The amount of flavor that was consistent throughout the sip was what won that. That and the New Glarus were so close for me. It's just the mouthfeel. It was a little bit heavier. The bready notes were a little bit more full. The sweetness was there, supporting those bready notes. There was a nice little dry finish. One point in the New Glarus favor, it did not drink 9%, whereas the West Mall does drink 9.5 or even heavier.
Yeah.
But just the flavor, the full flavor was what really won this out for me, and that's why West Mall was my number 1.
But tasting that booziness reminded you of Emil van der Velde, and you were like, yes, take that, Emil van der Velde. Fuck you.
Yes, after all this alcohol, Emil van der Velde was the first person I thought about.
Well, how many do you think we have in common in terms of their position on rankings?
2.
Let's go with 1.
Whoa!
My number 5 is the Church Brewworks Millennium Triple.
God, that's the only one.
Tasted like nothing. Sorry, I really got apple juice and like next to nothing. Crazy beer if you want to get it hammered because it's tastes like nothing. So go ahead and drink that, but I didn't like it at all. It did nothing for me. My number 4 is Imperial Oak's they're Bermuda Triangle. Sorry, I liked it so much too. It's a wide void between 4 and 5 here because I really enjoyed it. It came down to like, what would I polish off a second can of in one sitting if I had the option? And I would take the Unani over the Imperial Oak for that reason, which I'll get to in a second. But I really did enjoy the use of peach brandy barrels with this beer because I can't think of many styles that would lend themselves well to peach brandy barrels. As much as Craig wants a peach brandy stout, that could be a fucking disaster and not taste any like good at all. Maybe a barley wine could work, but like triple, dude, yes. Brilliant. So that goes all in the favor of Imperial Oak doing this beer, which I thought was really goddamn tasty. Just a bit strong at times and a bit boozy. And that's why it kind of settled at number 4 and the least traditional. So that's where the docking came in, but still a really great beer if you get a chance to try it.
Don't say that's where the docking came in. Don't.
Sorry. My number 3 is the Unani Triple. And I was just... I don't know, really remarkably easy to drink. And I thought it had more flavor than Craig said with his flavor voids and whatnot. It had quite a bit of flavor, but certainly a little bit less than the my top 2. But it did everything well and did everything right. And it's unmistakably a triple and paying homage to what that style is in a really great way. So it didn't try to be too American or throw some weird hops at it or anything. It like really played down the middle. And it's a triple that I could drink a whole fucking 4-pack of and have no problems with that. I think it's a delicious beer, and kudos to Unani. Please keep making Belgian beers. Number 2 is the Westmalle, the inventor of the style, which I liked a whole lot, but I guess I docked it for what Craig said, which was just a touch boozier. It was just a little bit harder of a finish, but everything else about it was wonderful and just like great to be reminded of these fucking Trappist beers that sit on our shelves and we don't pay much attention to, and are just like there's golden, beautiful delights just waiting for us if we look for them, but we don't always do that. So this is one of those that's just absolutely a world-class beer, amazing. But fuck, I gave the nod to New Glarus because they just find a way to just sing to me, man. This 555 is fucking everything the Westmalle does with just a step down slightly, but then a lot more drinkable. Like, I don't know. It was amazing. Like, it took the Westmalle and made it slightly more drinkable, just kind of removed the booze from it. But it had everything else going for it that I love. So yeah, New Glarus fucking does it again. But also Westmalle, you can't go wrong. That's fucking great. So you can at least get one of those in Illinois.
Yeah. And sometimes when we have different number ones, I go, whoa, what the hell? This one I can see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, honestly, the Westmalle for me had more flavor, so I went with that. Obviously, the trade-off is you got more booze.
Right.
The New Glarus, little less easier to drink, but a little bit less flavor. Whatever your mood is, it's probably going to be Westmalle because you can get that. But
yeah. I was admittedly on the fence when we were drinking them in the moment that I thought Westmalle was still going to be my top, and then in the re-drinkings, the New Glarus just edged itself over.
Yep.
So it was really neck and neck down to the wire there for that. And same with the Unani and Imperial Oak, honestly. Those were real neck and neck in terms of my 3 and 4. The only certain thing was my 5. So... yeah, fuck yeah. But shows like that are fun, and I like that about this. Like, it helped to have one example that I wasn't very thrilled about, so we could have a clear bottom, and then really the rest are like, oh wow, okay, here's the positives and the negatives, and some of them had no negatives. So, yeah, fuck yeah, this is fun, man. Belgian beers, more Belgian style beers.
We have doubles and singles. Are there pentas? Have they?
Let's get these pentas started.
Have they need to expand the brand here? Come on.
I mean, there's like other
pentas.
Belgian stuff. I mean, well, anyway, I guess we have time to discover. We've only been doing this podcast for nearly 8 years at the time of this release. Oh my God, it's coming up.
It's so close to
8-year anniversary. Yeah. Holy shit, Craig. We haven't even planned anything for it.
Nope.
I know it's not going to be something with a bunch of people putting their faces near each other and drinking beer right now, which is sad. But you know, we've been doing this fucking thing for almost 8 years, and we just got a shout out to the people that are listening. Whether this is your first year, your 8th year, whatever the fuck you're listening, we just got to say thank you. And we'll probably do this whole month. It's our anniversary month.
Yes,
it's crazy, but we are. This is great. We're finally getting around to classic traditional styles after 7.5 years of IPAs and pastry stouts or whatever the fuck we do.
We made it through to the other side.
No, we've done a great variety over the years, but the best way to get a real kind of crazy mishmash of the things we do is to join our Patreon, patreon.com/ABVChicago. That's how you can financially support us. It is the way that we keep doing the podcast and we're able to go out and buy all these fucking triples. It's because our Patreon patrons give us money every time we release an episode. They can set it at $1 or $2 in an episode. Mm-hmm. They can set a limit for the month. They can say, I'm not going to give these fuckers more than $5 a month. It's like I'm buying them a beer.
A beer a month.
Yeah.
That's less than a beer a month.
But like it's so well appreciated and it's something that we really can use. But also you get 280 plus low ABVs. You get lost episodes. You get compilation shows. You get crazy, weird experimental things that I'll be putting out around the time of our anniversary if I ever had a chance to record it. Things that I've been teasing for a long time. But our Patreon patrons get just so much more shit that you can choose to listen to all of it, some of it, or none of it. But you can know that you are supporting us. And that's a really generous thing that you could do. And we really, really appreciate it. So patreon.com/ABVChicago.
Seriously, if you were a year one listener, I would like to know. Send us an email.
I know some of them. I mean, we know many of them. We're like
a few of them.
We're good friends with many of them.
We are, but there have to be more. I would think.
I was updating the website and the episodes page, and I added 2022, and I was looking at just going across from 2022 to 2014, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit. Like I forgot that we've been doing this thing for fucking 8 years, but but no, we love to do it, and it's because people engage with us in many ways, whether that's on social media, which you could do just by retweeting us, or sharing our shit, or liking it, or whatever, anything is great. Or that Patreon patronage, which is really the ultimate tier of appreciation. Yeah. But enough plugs. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm good.
I want to go. Yeah, I've had a lot to drink.
Yeah, I need
This is worse than Barrel Aged December. How did that happen? How did that happen?
See, because we knew we were entering into like danger zone territory in Barrel Aged December, and triples were like, "Oh, this won't be too bad." We're like, "Oh no." But also cold IPAs, I did the same thing. I drank like every ounce of that shit that night. I woke up wrecked.
76 ounces. I'm like, that's how many there are? Oh, okay.
It was a fucking lot. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this. We're going to go.
Thank you. Ask for the ABV chalice, and we'll make one. I'm enjoying drinking on mine.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Stout. Go!
No!
Hefeweizen! Go!
Rastafari. For you and me and
It's an Aspir voyage, man!
Here for you and me and
An Aspir voyage, man!
I found something out the other day. Jokingly, we were sitting at the dinner table, and we were asking Google questions. We're like, okay, Google, ask a question. And I said, okay, Google, pull my finger. It makes a fart noise.
I could see that.
It makes a fart
They're
noise.
smart enough to do that.
And then sometimes it's like, oops. Like, but then for the next 25 minutes,
yep,
was my kids yelling, okay, Google, pull my finger, over and over and over and over.
Why did I teach them this?
I didn't know that. I literally just said it jokingly. I was like, oh, there's a thing for that. Fuck.
Okay. Now playing fart radio.
There is a whole fart. Yeah, you can ask for farts and we'll play you different farts. Trust me. We know. And also Lincoln asked, how do you spell daddy stinks? So
Let's have a beer, man.